we're so honored to have Devin Nunes here. And so we are NFSC and we're CCP enemy number one. And our goal is to take down the CCP. And we want to begin our fight in this country because CCP is empowered by America's politicians and policies and business and Wall Street, Silicon Valley. Do you agree with our theory?
Well, look, we long had a China investigation going on in the House of Representatives that I led for many, many years. And I think the problem has just gotten worse. And it's unfortunate because the Chinese Communist Party now is really just a dictatorship. Yeah. And, look, it's, the world's a tough place, but we've done so much in this country, in the United States, to give away so many jobs and then become reliant on China. And now we're trying to claw that back. It's what the Republicans and especially during the Trump administration, we tried so hard to get so many of these jobs back to the United States, and it's tough to do.
And, the CCP has successfully weaponized the U.S. federal government agencies. They got the FBI, the DOJ, the SEC, and the Southern District of New York. And the CCP's bioweapon lab in Wuhan got the funding from the U.S. taxpayers' dollar. I mean, we are taxpayers. We give money to the U.S. federal government agents to protect our liberty, life, and pursuit of happiness. We didn't expect this government to be helping and funding the CCP to destroy our freedom on the U.S. soil.
Yeah, well, I think what, Fauci is being investigated by the Congress now since the Republicans took over. We had the first report that came out in 2021. The House Intelligence Committee Republicans put out a report that clearly showed that the circumstantial evidence said that all roads led back to China on the virus. I think there's real questions that Fauci needs to answer. That Senator Rand Paul has really been leading that fight on trying to get to the bottom of this taxpayer dollars that could have went to China. And so it's one of the things they'll have to get to the bottom of.
Yeah, and when you were serving in the Congress, Eric Swalwell, he slept with the CCP agent Fan Fan, and he was still in the House Intel Committee. It took years for him to be kicked out. Why it took so long?
Well, because the Republicans took over. And I would say that it wasn't just that reason that he was kicked off the committee. It was really about that you had Schiff and Swalwell both that ran so many lies, so many fake news stories. They did so much damage to the Congress and to the Intelligence Committee specifically. And so now the Republicans took over, and Speaker McCarthy said, look, we just can't have this type of activity anymore.
So how long do you think it will take the U.S. to recognize that the CCP does not represent the Chinese people? It's a transnational criminal organization that have been enslaving the Chinese people. The NFSC really represents the Chinese people's aspiration after freedom, liberty, and rule of law. And we're more than 600 million strong.
Yeah, I think that it's all going to take time. And I think the question is, whether or not can they, there's different trains of thought on this, whether or not the Chinese government, are they actually really strong financially, or are they really on a weak ground? And there's a lot of people think two different ways, but I know, people like Gordon Chang have said for a long time that the structure of the Chinese economy is not healthy. And I think it'll just depend on, if that's true, does it collapse? And I think that's ultimately, if we start making more of our products in the United States or with our allies, the better off everyone's going to be, because you can't just continue to give money to a dictatorship.